Hello and welcome. This is Rising Dawn 144. Collective message going out. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. That being said, see what messages need to go out. See what the universe wants you to know. What does the collective need to know? What messages? Show me clearly. Show me truly. All right, we're starting out with law. Lawyer, judge, police. 2 minutes. Tell me about the law. Snake, lie, poison, fertility. Tell me about the snake. Firm, wide awake, clean, decisive. Divine intervention, serendipity, catalyst, karma. Talking about the divine intervention. Wow. Somebody's in trouble. Forgotten person, core, past, old friend. Okay. So, judgment is here. The law is here. Some type of lie, poison, a snake. But it's like someone's got the receipts. Like this is clean, decisive, wide awake on the information. Whatever it was so bad that it called in divine intervention, karma. This is either something from the past or an old friend from the past, forgotten person, someone hidden, someone you didn't expect. So you tell me about the law. Independent, free, lead, initiative. Okay. Talking about the snake. So the law brings you your freedom from the situation. Okay, the snake is finances, money problems, work, success, fortune. Okay, so a lie about money. You didn't know nothing about it. Tell me about this firm. Trash, waste, worthless, mouse. Ooh, all right, divine intervention. Messages, communication, calls, instant messaging. Tell me about this forgotten person. Okay, 2 of them. A lost loved one, memories, elder night falls, a sunset, and I miss you, miss, wait, and eager. Okay. So someone could have stolen an inheritance because this is lost loved one, forgotten person, the past. There was a lie about the money that would have gave you freedom. All right. What about the forgotten person? Home, refuge, belong, haven. Someone that made you feel at home. Someone that made you feel like you belonged. Left you something. Finances. It's like money. And somebody told a lie. Maybe this was hidden from you. They didn't want you to be, whoever hid it from you knew that if you had these finances, you would be free. And they didn't want that. Let's see, independent. Tell me about this independent. Law and independent. Hope. Wish, expect, desire. They didn't want you to be free. Free to wish, to desire, to have hope. Talking about the finances. Snake. Letting go, surrender, open up, give up, and release. What's this trash? Ascending, level up, promotion, progress. They didn't want you to release them and make progress. They didn't want you to have hope. They knew that if you had this money, this finances, that you would regain your hope, your freedom, you would release them, and you would progress forward and level up. The message, divine intervention, the message. They're trash, so they didn't want you to be better than them. Cool down, calm, pause, and solidification. That's with your message. That's like writing it in stone. Okay, tell me about this home, forgotten person, home. Lost loved one again. Memories, an elder. It's funny, the sunset card keeps popping up. And when I was shuffling, I seen an image of like boats, kayaks, small boats, kayaks, canoes, or something, little John boats at night out on a lake surrounded by these very tall trees, and it was nighttime, like they're night fishing or something. So if that resonates with you, and that's what I'm feeling when I look at this. The colors of the sky too, because they're like purples and wow. Okay, tell me more about the hope. What's this hope? Hope for independence, for freedom. Tell me about this hope. Performance, camouflage, revenge. Clown. The desire to release the clown. Your hopes and desires to release them, get freedom from them. So maybe you're in a situation you're not, you're sticking it out, but you're not happy. Yeah. And they know that if you had this would be your way out. So they stole it somehow. They did something. They lied. Let's tell me about letting go. Transformation, newborn, evolution, change. Yeah, that's what they're afraid of. Ascending. Unfinished business. It's not over, back and forth, and baggage. They didn't want you to do that. They wanted to keep you tied to them. This money would have changed everything. I'm telling you about the cool down. Owner, master, top level. This is the solidification of your ascending. And then here you are getting crowned. You're leveling up, releasing that baggage. At least you would have if you got this money. Okay, tell me about this crown. No, tell me about the lost loved one. Sunset. And the crown. Tell me about the crown. Divine timing. Huh. Okay. What's the clown? Like, what's the sense of telling me about it if I still gotta wait? That's the way I feel about it. Don't even tell me about it unless you have it in your hand to hand it to me. Okay, right. Sorry. Reconcile, repair, cure, understanding, and concession. Tell me about the change. The clown wanted to, I don't, tell me about this change. Single, isolation, independent, and alone. The clown wanted to reconcile. Talking about unfinished business. You're isolated from the lies, though. Now. Okay, looking for investigation, explore, and search. It's an investigation. This with firm, wide awake, clean, decisive. Talking about the crown. Key. Key people, core of the problem, the past. You got the key. Because you woke up to the lie? But the law came first, so someone told you about it. You're getting the key. After an investigation, you're getting the key. You're isolated from the situation. Like I said up here, you're independent from this. You're not a part of the theft. Talking about the divine timing. So someone stole finances from you that was left from a loved one. And it's coming out. And when you get these messages, you get this information, you're going to, they know it. That's why they did it. You're going to walk away. You're leaving. I mean, you're on a horse, so you probably gallop off into the sunset. All right, with divine timing, we got deep thinking, remember, solve puzzles, and code word. Remember. Remember. Okay, tell me about reconcile. Remember what? What are we remembering? Because you obviously didn't know the truth. Yeah, addiction, toxic attachments, obsession. Yeah, they wanted to keep you in that toxic loop. Talking about the single. But you're independent. You're isolated from this. You're independent. Right in the second line. As soon as divine intervention came in the law. What in the world? Tell me about the single. Wisdom, death, sexuality, and joy. Uninvited guest, surprise, accident, big change, moment of decision. Talking about this apple. You're getting wisdom about this toxic obsession. Dreams come true, get what you want. A miracle. Maybe this coming after the wisdom, and it's in the same line as the wide awake, clean, and decisive. So maybe you becoming aware and making the appropriate decisions to move forward, clean and decisive in your actions, is allowing this miracle to come in, which is the divine intervention, divine timing. Tell me about this key. Tell me about the key. Yeah, because after this cool down right here, this clown's exposed. You know the lie. So now it's about unfinished business, mastering it, realizing the toxic attachments, the obsession. Right there, drinks, celebrating. Tell me about you. This wisdom's going to make your dreams come true. Pause, journey, new beginning, rest. So this is with the divine timing, which also, what's it say? Wait. Okay, so miracles are happening. And we have rose, passionate, love, thorns, short. This is about something that looks beautiful, you know, something that's shiny. Something that's shiny isn't always gold. What glitters isn't always gold. That's kind of the rose. It was false. My question is if they took this money from you, what'd they do with the money? Where's the money? That's my question. Where's the money? All right, let's see what tarot has to say. Show me the money. All right. Tell collective what they need to hear. Page of Pentacles, getting a message. That's receiving something, being given something to clear your path. Sorry about the page. The Magician. It's clear to manifest. Work your magic. Magician. Ace of Swords. Receiving the Ace of Swords, which is absolute truth. Ace of Swords, please. Three of Swords. Talk about absolute truth. That's truths that pierce your heart. That's crippling. Crippling. That's about people you loved. Things you loved. The absolute truth. Taking off the blinders. Okay, Three of Swords. Well, you manifested that. So you must have been asking for it. You knew that there was a lie. You knew someone was lying. Seven of Pentacles. The absolute heartbreaking truth. Everything you put your work and your effort in this situation was for nothing. Seven of Pentacles. Just Three of Swords and a blank wall. All that work you did. You built this. Yeah. You built this up. This ladder up. You got a window, you got a hole in the wall over here, but where you're standing, nothing. Blank wall. All that work and effort you did. Yeah, boy, that's painful. Tell me about the Seven of Pentacles. Death. Death. So it's the end of that. Right here in the first line. The beginning and the end. Lord have mercy. But you know what? Truth's right dead center. And that's what matters. The truth. So, you can move accordingly once you have the truth. No more blindfolds on, no more rose-colored glasses. Take them off. Ultimate truth right in your hand. Handed to you from the universe. It's what you asked for. So now you have to accept it. One of the hardest lessons I learned through my journey is when you ask the universe to show you the truth, you can't get mad at what it shows you. The heartbreaking truths. You can't get upset at. You have to take it as just information. It's what you asked for. Now move accordingly. It's up to you if you continue to think that this Three of Swords is the way you deserve to be treated. That's up to you. You could push it away and stay in the situation and stay in that Three of Swords, or you can take that sword and move along. Rebirth. Death brings rebirth. It wipes the slate clean. Talking about the Page of Pentacles. And you're being given something. King of Swords. Truth. You're being given this truth. Start your journey. King of Swords. Tell me about the King of Swords and the Magician. The King of Swords is absolute truth sitting on that throne. Like, he doesn't waver. You cannot convince him otherwise. He knows the truth, the ultimate truth. Seven of Swords. He knows the truth about all the lies, all the BS. Seven of Swords, please. Four of Pentacles and Knight of Cups. Okay. Seven of Swords. What are these lies about? It's deception. The King of Wands. Absolute. Man, this King of Wands. He's always causing trouble. The King of Wands carries himself very passionately. Out for an adventure. Manifesting while he does it. Talking about this King of Wands. The World. This Three of Swords ended the cycle. You know the absolute truth now about this King of Wands energy. And by accepting those Three of Swords, you're ending the cycle. You're sitting on your throne of truth. Telling the world, you're not staying in that situation. Put a death to it. As soon as you realize that all your effort went to nothing, you're like, off with your head. I'm done. Ten of Cups. That's within a family. Ending a cycle within a family. Ten of Cups is supposed to be emotion and happiness, where you have so much love and empathy that you can share it with all those around you. And it led you to nothing. You built upon that. You believed in that. It led you to the wall with Three of Swords. Ten of Cups. Looks like lesson learned. Ten of Pentacles. This death, you receive something. This is like an inheritance. Because you ended this cycle, you receive an inheritance. Tell me about the King of Swords. Ending the relationship. Oh, maybe the loved one that passed on didn't like your partner and left you an inheritance, and you can't have it as long as you were with this person, but you didn't know about the inheritance. You didn't know about you didn't know that if you left this person, you would get the money. You didn't know there was any money. Knight of Wands. You know absolute truth about the actions of this King of Wands now. Talking about this Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands just runs around, you know, waving that wand all over the place. Queen of Pentacles. Talking about this Queen of Pentacles. The Hermit. Fallen inner light. So I believe you're the Queen of Pentacles, sitting as the King of Swords. Masculine energy, absolute truth. not afraid to use the truth, not afraid to use that sword at all, because you know it's absolute truth. Everything's been bullshit. So you're sitting there with that sword, like, I'll take your head off. Tell me, hermit, what's this hermit? You had enough. Hermit, 3 of Wands, ending the cycle. Your manifestations are here. By following your inner light, not paying attention to the actions of this King of Wands. You're just sitting with your truth. 3 of Wands. So you know you're right. You got truth, you got integrity. The Knight of Swords and that family. Someone running their mouth. They see that your manifestations are coming in, and they're like, hey, wait a minute. You forgot about us. You forgot about us. How do we trick you if you won't let us in? Knight of Swords, please. 2 of Cups. That's with that inheritance. That's a relationship. It's a Knight of Wands. What's this Knight of Wands doing? 4 of Swords. You're healed. They got to take a break. 4 of Swords. 9 of Swords. They have to take a break from trying to cause you anxiety. Unnecessary worries. They're, now that you know these 3 of Swords, these truths, they don't have any more power over you. They can't manipulate you now. 6 of Pentacles, generosity. Following your inner guidance about where you're going to put your energy now. You're not trusting these people. You're not trusting them again. 8 of Cups, that's right. Walking away emotionally. Not giving to these people no more. 9 of Wands, you have overcome all the slander, all the BS, all the crap they say. You've overcome it. You walked away emotionally. You're no longer giving. 9 of Wands. This is 2 of Cups. The Moon. Okay, the Moon often talks about the dark night of the soul. The star gives you guidance to go down into the depths of the moon, see the illusions for what they are, see what's hidden in the shadows, and then you come out with the sun. You've overcome because you weren't afraid to go into those shadows. You've seen the illusion. So whatever they were saying to you wouldn't work on you because you know it's all an illusion. And now they got to sit down. Spirit sat them down. 4 of Swords. Time out. Full. Yep. As they sit down, you're taken. They can't stop you. The full leap of faith. Whole new beginning. It's up to you what you create from here on out. The Fool, they no longer have a tie on you. Queen of Wands. Okay, tell me about this Queen of Wands. The Hanged Man. If this is your energy, you're sitting with your manifestation powers. Manifesting from within. The Hanged Man talks about justice comes in, and then you put yourself in Hanged Man and you're waiting for death. But death is up there. Death already came in. Tell me about this hangman. I don't know if this hangman's you. Seven of Wands. Protecting yourself. Having the upper ground. But it could also be spiritual protection. You being protected. Protecting yourself by walking away emotionally. No longer being generous to these people that have made you the wounded healer. Yeah, they no longer can put doubts and worries in your head. That's how they are manipulating you and controlling you. Talking about the Seven of Wands. Ace of Cups. There you go for all your trolls. Ace of Cups. Oh, tell me about the moon. Ace of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. Because you're dedicated to the path. You're dedicated to the truth. You're dedicated to whatever you're doing. That's slow and steady. Honest, dependable. Defining the illusions. You weren't scared. Tell me about the Fool. Finish this up. Ten of Wands. No more burden. Free of that. Tell me about this Ten of Wands with Queen of Wands. Who is this Queen of Wands? The Lovers. They were using your manifestation powers by keeping you trapped in your head so they could use your energy to take what was yours because you didn't realize it was yours. They didn't want you to have your freedom. They want to keep you trapped, burdened. Tell me about this, Lovers. The Chariot, victory. That's victory. This whole new perspective change on what you can manifest. You manifested protection. You manifested this Ace of Cups, this new start, this new beginning, because you accepted the truth. You have victory. The Chariot, you're no longer trapped. This law, it could be divine judgment coming in. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, making balanced decision. Tell me about this Two of Pentacles. What you want to build. You're protected. You don't have to worry about the BS anymore. Now you can focus on what you want to build. Two of Wands. Again, with this Ace of Cups, you got balance with the Two of Pentacles. Now you have the Two of Wands deciding what you want to manifest. Two of Wands. Well then, got two cards. Three of Pentacles, what you want to build. That's what you're building. You're building. Eight of Pentacles, receiving what you worked for. That's what you wanted up here in the top, but all you got was Three of Swords. You put all that time and effort. You're being repaid for that. You're getting everything that you gave and then some. That's divine intervention. Okay. So there's a relationship. There was finances, money, something that was hidden from you so that you didn't have your freedom to make your own decisions, so that you don't realize who the heck you are, what power you have, what you can manifest on your own when you're not being mind fucked. Excuse my language. So that's what's going on. So if you need confirmation, here it is. There's new beginnings here For some reason, it keeps telling you to wait, though. We're in a pause right now. Things are happening in the ethers. And we have Hierophant, spirit. Your spiritual knowledge, your spiritual connection, your relationship, Two of Cups, your relationship with spirit. That's what you're depending on. You're going to trust your own instincts from here on out. You trust your heart, and you got the swords. You got manipulation, you got slander, you got backstabbing. So no more of that. No more of that. All right, so stick to your guns. You got this. I'll catch you on the flip side.